In a world consumed by noise, speed, and an ever-expanding digital landscape, the idea of inner peace can feel like a fading dream. Picture a quiet lake at sunrise, its surface undisturbed, reflecting the pink and gold hues of dawn. This image, simple and serene, evokes the very essence of what many long for: a mind as still and clear as that water. In the chaos of modern life, finding such tranquility is no longer a luxury, it is a necessity. The human soul craves stillness amidst the sirens, schedules, and screens that dominate our daily existence. The search for inner peace and harmony has never been more urgent, and perhaps the answers lie not in innovation, but in ancient wisdom. Across centuries and continents, ancient cultures developed profound philosophies and practices aimed at cultivating a life of balance, meaning, and inner serenity. These time-tested paths, though born in different eras and environments, all point toward a common destination: the tranquil mind and the harmonious soul. Stoic philosophy from ancient Greece and Rome taught its practitioners to remain unmoved by external chaos, focusing instead on what lies within their control. Epictetus, a Stoic thinker once enslaved, declared that freedom comes not from changing the world, but from mastering one's responses. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor and philosopher, counseled himself to be like a rock against which the waves crash, unmoved and resolute. In the East, Buddhist teachings emphasized mindfulness as a way to quiet the mind and awaken to the present moment. The Buddha spoke of suffering as an inevitable part of life, but also offered a path to transcend it through awareness, compassion, and detachment. Mindfulness meditation, rooted in these ancient teachings, has become a cornerstone of contemporary well-being practices, endorsed not only by spiritual leaders but also by psychologists and neuroscientists. Taoism, born from the rivers and mountains of ancient China, speaks of living in harmony with the Tao, or the natural flow of the universe. Laozi, the sage behind the foundational text Tao Te Ching, wrote of water's wisdom: its softness and yielding nature conceal a great strength. Taoism invites us to surrender the illusion of control and instead align ourselves with the rhythms of life. Rather than forcing our way forward, we learn to move with grace, adapting like bamboo in the wind. What unites these traditions is not dogma, but practice. Inner peace is not something to be attained once and for all, but something cultivated through daily effort and intentional living. These ancient philosophies offer more than abstract ideals. They provide tools, rituals, and mindsets that can be applied here and now, in the 21st century. One such practical tool is mindfulness meditation. In its essence, it is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. By simply observing one's breath, sensations, and thoughts, we begin to notice the patterns of the mind. The storm of worries, regrets, and anxieties begins to lose its grip as we develop the ability to sit with our experience rather than be swept away by it. Countless people who once battled insomnia, stress, or emotional volatility now find refuge in the simple act of mindful breathing. Breathing exercises, though deceptively simple, can have profound effects on the nervous system. Techniques like diaphragmatic breathing, box breathing, or alternate nostril breathing calm the fight-or-flight response and activate the body's relaxation mode. With consistent practice, these exercises become a reliable anchor during turbulent moments. They reconnect us with the body's natural rhythm, grounding us in the here and now. Another transformative practice is gratitude journaling. By setting aside a few minutes each day to write down things we are thankful for, we shift our focus from scarcity to abundance. This small act can rewire the brain, fostering a mindset that looks for the good even in difficult circumstances. For many, this habit becomes a lifeline in hard times, a source of strength that reminds them that beauty and kindness still exist, even when life feels overwhelming. Consider the story of Maya, a young woman battling anxiety in a demanding job. Traditional therapy helped, but it wasn't until she began a daily mindfulness and gratitude practice that she noticed a lasting shift. Each morning, she would sit quietly, follow her breath, and then jot down 3 things she was grateful for. Within months, the anxious loops that once ruled her mornings gave way to a quieter, more grounded presence. Her circumstances had not drastically changed, but her relationship to them had. The science supports these experiences. Studies have shown that regular gratitude practices are linked to improved mood, reduced stress, and better sleep. Positive thinking, when rooted in authenticity and not denial, has been found to increase resilience and improve physical health. The mind, like a garden, grows what we nourish. By planting seeds of thankfulness and mindfulness, we cultivate an inner landscape of peace. Positive thinking, however, does not mean ignoring life's difficulties. Rather, it involves choosing a perspective that acknowledges pain while also recognizing the potential for growth. Ancient Stoics called this amor fati, the love of fate. Instead of resenting hardship, they invited us to embrace it as part of life's grand design. Each challenge, then, becomes not a curse, but a crucible in which our strength is forged. To live with inner peace is also to live with balance. Ancient wisdom traditions emphasized harmony, not only within, but also in our relationships, work, and environment. The Confucian ideal of liang, or proper conduct, spoke of the importance of aligning one's duties and behavior with the needs of the family and society. In Ayurveda, balance is found by understanding our individual constitution and living in rhythm with nature's cycles. Modern life, with its relentless pace and constant stimuli, often pulls us away from this balance. Work seeps into weekends, relationships are diluted by distractions, and self-care is postponed for some undefined future moment. Reclaiming balance means making conscious choices about how we spend our time and energy. It means recognizing when to say no, when to rest, and when to reconnect with what nourishes our soul. Harmony also involves clarity, knowing what truly matters. The ancient Greek concept of eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing, is not about momentary pleasure but about living in accordance with one's true nature. It is the quiet joy of living with integrity, of aligning one's actions with one's values. When we know what we stand for, the world's noise becomes less distracting. To apply this wisdom today, start with small steps. Begin the day with intention, a few quiet breaths, a moment of gratitude, a reminder of your core values. Carve out space for solitude, even if it's just a walk without your phone. Listen more deeply, to your body, to your loved ones, to the silence between thoughts. Create rituals that restore you, whether it's lighting a candle at sunset, journaling before bed, or spending Sundays in nature. Identify your sources of stress and examine them honestly. Are they necessary? Are they serving your highest good? Often we find ourselves trapped by expectations we never consciously agreed to. Ancient wisdom calls us back to intentionality. Life is short, they remind us. Let it not be spent chasing shadows. In this journey, patience is vital. Inner peace is not a destination, but a path we walk each day. Some days will feel more chaotic than others, but with each breath, each mindful pause, each moment of gratitude, we return to ourselves. We remember that beneath the noise, the still lake remains. The call to rediscover ancient wisdom is not a call to abandon modern life, but to enrich it. It is a reminder that amidst our technologies and to-do lists, we are still human beings with timeless needs, for silence, for meaning, for connection. These old paths do not promise to fix all problems, but they offer us the strength to meet life with grace, and the clarity to see what truly matters. Let us walk these paths with humility and courage. Let us look to the Stoics when the world overwhelms, to the Buddhists when the mind races, to the Taoists when we struggle to let go. Let us carry their lanterns into our modern labyrinths, lighting the way not just for ourselves but for others too, and so let this be an invitation. Begin today. Return to your breath, pick up the journal, watch the sunrise, reconnect with ancient truths. Within these simple acts lies a profound transformation. The chaos may continue, but within you, a new world can unfold, quiet, steady, and full of peace.